right now? How many more weeks do you have? How many clean clothes do you have left?
I mean, our new dryer comes tomorrow already.
That's not what I asked.
Dude, I had to run back in the house too after like the house was filled with smoke because we had to run back in to get the pets.
Shit, that sucks.
Yeah, it was fun. The whole next day I was coughing up black phlegm. It's cool.
Damn.
Is that how you cough?
Only when JB's over.
Damn,
Yep.
dude.
He knows what I like.
Yeah.
Dude, and there's 2 closed off gas lines.
No, not gonna
like,
lie,
next to the
that
dryer.
face with the eyes like up and like rolling, the Gaio face or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I'm into that.
Ay.
Not like on anime though, like on fucking
All real people.
ham girls.
So yeah, what's Oh, I get you. I see. He's got to go relieve himself. I talked a little. I gotta go get my wiener pillows.
Just looking for them open booty holes to lick.
Oi.
Hell yeah!
Everybody, get on the floor. Get your booty hole licked by Josh Bohr.
I think that's how the song goes.
That sounds right. We might have to make an edit. Every girl, get on the floor. That should be it. Get all the cam whores. Josh gonna look your booty more. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Something like that. Sounds right to me. Let's see. Let's see what the pores are up to.
Who are the pores?
Everybody that can't afford to play booster.
Everybody that takes naps.
Yeah, that too. Only poor people take naps. You know, you're not awake making money. Because that's how money works. You only
Manifest when you're awake to look at it.
Stocks.
Investment.
Do stocks go down unless
Only go up.
They go up and down.
They only go up.
you know, if I'm looking at my screen, right, and I didn't refresh it and there's just an arrow going up, do I make infinite dollars then?
Yes.
Nice. Jesus. Oh, TwitchCon's in 2 days.
Yep.
I know nothing about it
Real
other than
quick,
a lady
like-
breaking her back.
Oh, no. Was it this one? This one right here? Because what the fuck, man?
I don't know what you're looking at. We can only see the
Oh,
PowerPoint.
I fucking blew it. I guess I gotta share my screen the better way, right?
You do this every time.
Yeah.
He's new to.
Well, not her.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's legal.
Oh, I know.
No.
How would I expected?
Yeah, well, you know, that's how my.
Are we live?
Yeah, what does it matter? I didn't try anything nasty.
What does it matter?
Oh. What are they gonna do? Cancel me?
Yes.
Don't, please. Please don't take my five viewers. Please. That's all I have.
All right, we can talk magic or what?
What, you got somewhere to be? You got pizza on the way?
Yeah. I always have pizza on the way on Wednesdays.
Come on,
Duh.
pizza face.
Alright, fine. Been doing laundry for the last 3 goddamn hours. I'm not.
Nice.
I tried that 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't work out so well.
Turns out that you can't just, forever dry your clothes for 7 hours.
I really thought I could.
See, we got
but
lucky that there was no like structural damage or anything. The only
Yeah,
thing is we
Nothing
had to
got
like,
wrecked.
basically like scrub the entire house to get out the like burnt
Stink.
smoke smell.
Yeah.
That's the only. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one because it's like.
Actually, we got it out of everywhere except the hallway that leads between the two units, I guess, because it's upper lower.
Yeah.
And then my gaming room, a lot of smoke got trapped in here because
Yeah.
the windows weren't open, so it's almost all gone in here. I've been just burning candles like nonstop for like 2 days,
Damn, that's
trying to start a new fire.
Go buy baking.
Yeah.
Go just buy.
Round two.
Just buy a lot. Like it sounds. Well, it's not. It doesn't sound that. Just buy baking soda, and just open them and then just have them just sit. Like, you just gotta watch out for your critters.
Oh yeah, I mean, luckily upstairs all we have is a cat, but yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. Let's get this going. 3, 2, 1.
Come on,
theme
chop, chop.
song.
Chop, chop, bud. I got places to be, money to make.
Yeah, spaghetti wrestling.
I can't believe I gave you that win, JB, and you lost on the top 8.
Yeah. Bringing it up early, huh?
I just want to make sure we don't miss it.
Oh, you think Tony's gonna talk right over our report for the week?
Obviously,
I was
he
gonna-
tries to every week.
I just go like, can you guys stop
I didn't
talking?
play any Magic this week. We didn't play any Magic this week.
If I'm not winning F&Ms, did any of us really play Magic?
Yeah.
All right. You are listening to episode 123 of Paper Player. I'm your host, Tony. I'm joined with Josh, Jeff, and JB. And this episode's titled Porous Can't Play Magic. And you'll probably get a little bit of connection there based on the recent news. But before we get into all that hotness, boys, guys, thems, tell us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Tell us.
Boys not good, nasty.
Tell me about your Magic Week.
Josh, you start.
I played in the Legacy Invitational on Saturday,
Yeah.
which was 16 people that got invited, but only 12 showed up. So
Oh.
they decided to make it dupe, whatever, cut the top 4.
Oh,
So I played against this deck before. It was like some guy on a combo deck where like he equips Shuko a bajillion times.
Oh, yeah.
and, like,
yeah, cephalid breakfast.
mills his
Yep.
Cephalus breakfast or
Yep.
whatever.
Classic.
Game 1, he got me. I like drew. I kept a hand with like Tropical Island Wasteland.
Yeah.
Or no,
I'm gonna guess
hang
it
on.
was
I kept a
Taylor.
hand. It was Tropical Island, and then other cards or whatever, days and some other shit. And I never drew a third land, and that's how I lost game 1.
Yeah, brutal.
I was like, wow, this game is awesome.
Yeah.
Game 2. What did I sideboard in? Some artifact hate.
Sounds about right.
And that was about it, I think. Oh, and Carpet of Flowers, because I saw he was on blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, carpet
Um,
good.
Yeah, and then game 2, I slammed an early Carpet of Flowers and then proceeded to win the game.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
then,
Like infinite mana. All right, lots of mana.
And then game 3, it was like back and forth for a while, and it was like it was a good game. It was like, honestly, it was a good game. And then I was like pulling ahead, like he was like doing nothing or whatever, and I like was like about to win or whatever.
Yeah.
And I brainstormed or whatever. I used a brainstorm, and I saw like I had a St. Catherine on the field already.
Yep.
And I saw like St. Catherine, and the Miracle take an extra turn.
Yeah.
Temporal
whatever.
Mastery.
So I set up to take an extra turn on top of my library after I attacked or whatever. And not thinking or whatever, I just saw the extra turn. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna fucking win.
Yeah.
So I just set up about it, and then not thinking that I didn't have another blue card in my hand to keep up forcible protection.
Yeah.
And then I fast turned and he proceeded to combo, and I felt salty. And that's where having some reps with the deck before I played would have done me some good.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then because I lost round 1 in a cut to top 4, there was like no hope for me, so I just left.
No hope.
Right.
What's up, Hunter?
And then
Yeah, it's
the
true.
next day I played in the RCQ with Jeff,
Mm-hmm.
and
This dude.
I like won round one. Or hang on, I opened a bomb pool. I had like the Ashiok, I had a Ristic Study, I had the white Crater Hoof.
Yeah.
I had a busted pool, and like I kind of like dominated my round one opponent,
Yeah.
and then I proceeded to have like two back-to-back bad beats round 2 and 3,
Yeah.
and I just went home.
I like
Bad.
Ristic Study.
Did you play?
I was like, I
Went
already won.
home.
I was like, I already won. I'm gonna go home and cook and get comfy and for
Did
the
you-
week or whatever.
Did you play the Ristic Study?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that card's horrendous in 1v1.
I just watched him. I was just watching Saffron Olive beating up on fucking people on arena with that card.
That's different though. You're playing a constructed format versus limited.
Yeah, limited is like it's truly atrocious. Like it's
There's a lot of just play one spell pass, so it allows for people to pay that extra
Yeah.
mana if they need to. And like
Or
you were
whatever.
literally splashing just Ristic Study, so now you're lessening your mana.
Yeah.
Like for your other colors when you're playing
I just-
Cavalry,
Josh is
which
getting
doesn't call
schooled.
for
I had-
3 white.
You're right. It never like came up or whatever, and it was
No,
never a
it-
problem.
I understand that, but like
But
it's
like,
all about
I'll take your
optimizing.
criticism.
No, I just say
I
like
don't think I would do it again.
yeah. So I mean, like Jeff kind of nailed it on the head. It's the issue is there's a lot of mana floating around, and unlike constructed formats where you can kind of squeeze your opponents for mana in multiple ways, forcing them to give you the draw. Limited doesn't really have a way to do that. And then like obviously in the late game, it's never ever gonna draw you a card. So you essentially put a blank in, and there are gonna be games where you like turn 3 it and you draw maybe a card off of it, but I don't know. It's usually a trap. And I mean, there's a reason why
fell
like
for it.
yeah, there's a reason why like until like constructed or until like EDH or multiplayer formats became relevant, like that card was like truly bulk and prophecy. I think-
Unknown, yeah.
Yeah, it was of that cycle. There's 5 Ristic somethings. I think the only one that is
The
significant
black ones these play.
is I don't remember what that one does. Is that the discard one?
No, it's a tutor.
Oh, that's a sorcery though. It's not an enchantment. It's like if nobody pays 2, you get to demonic tutor for black and 2, I think. And then I forget. I honestly don't have any idea what the other 3 do. But there's a cycle of them back when they did cycles of everything, which maybe I'll do rate the cycle on that. All right, hit me up, Jeff's.
B.
Which one did you lose?
I'm going.
B. Yeah.
Jeff's.
All right. Took lands to Winamax.
Mm-hmm.
Mox Diamond, foil Mox Diamond from the vault.
Yeah.
Jeff gave me the win when we were gonna tie
Yeah.
because he said he didn't have reps with his deck well enough to really want to continue to play it.
Sure.
And then I won my next round against Mono Brown. What's that card that untaps all your cards whenever you play spell or artifact?
In Legacy?
Paradoxical Engine.
Yeah, engine.
Oh, okay.
Playing like some goofy Mono Brown combo engine.
Sure.
I beat him up pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we figured out that we could just draw into top 8.
2-0.
So all I had to do was win 2 games.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
So I drew into top 8, played against Ian. Sure you know who that is.
Sure.
But he was playing Death and Taxes like always.
Yep.
And he proceeded to kick my head in, kick my teeth in. Game 1 was
Not his
pretty good for me. I was in a really good situation where he was like locked down on mana, like didn't really have any, you know, he had to draw a runner in order to get stuff to actually compete with me.
Yeah.
And then I proceeded to draw Mox Diamond Exploration, and the game was over.
God is that.
And he beat me. He
Yeah.
rocked me because I just like I needed a land that did something or a life from the loam, and I would have been like, I just wouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
And then game 2, I don't know, he had control over the whole game, so it was just like, all right, it's over.
How does lands like that matchup seems like really bad for you? And I only say that because like they have flicker whips, Solitude, Swords to Plowshares, multiple ways to blink those things. Like, how do you ever end up with like significant permanence on the board?
So if you're playing the red version, you have repeatable Punishing Fire,
Okay, so you weren't on that, right?
which I was not on red.
Okay.
I was on
like,
white.
That seems like the card that absolutely houses them.
Yes, yeah. Punishing Fire is really good against them. I need to just start playing red in our meta because there's too many.
Yeah, mono, yeah.
There's not a lot anywhere else. There's just a lot in our meta. There's like 5 people who play it. So
Doesn't Urza Saga like do pretty good
It's
work
okay.
against them?
Flicker Wisp.
Well, they
again,
have
embarrasses
Wasteland.
you.
I guess, yeah.
they have Wasteland and they have ways to trap your guys once you make them or whatever. And they have Artifact Hate out of the board. That's pretty
Yeah.
good most of the time. So
Yeah.
usually they can deal with Urza Saga well enough. It's more so if you just Punishing Fire them, they'll be out of the game.
Yeah, all your relevant permanents like get kind of housed aside from your tokens from like Skyclave Apparition, and that card just seems like an absolute nightmare for you because you kind of go all in on like Mox Diamond and Exploration Plans. They just go like, yeah, whatever. Like, use a
Yeah, they
Skyclave
just like
Apparition.
they play like Kataki or whatever. I think
Well,
is the name
that
of it.
card's cute, but like even their main deck has just got strong game plans against you, and then they're also applying pressure with flying guys, which I think your deck has like no good way to handle flyers, except for obviously the 2020.
I think the matchup can be okay as long as they brick on getting their if they can't get their recruiter the guy like if they don't see a recruiter,
Sure.
they don't really get like the value that they normally would.
Yeah,
So
of
it's just
course.
like if they hit recruiter, I'm not going to have a good time
Yeah.
because they can just hunt down whatever they need.
Yeah.
But if they hit recruiter in their 80 card deck, then I will lose.
Yeah, I mean, you're like basically banking them. Like, I hope you kept a hand with Mother of Runes and Thalia versus like Solitude and Skyclave Apparition. Because if they keep that like style hand, like I feel like you can't win. And if they keep the Mother of Runes and Thalia, you're like, that's cute. Those cards are like literal 0 against me.
Yeah, and like everyone has meta knowledge there because it's like, okay, I know you play like this or this.
Right.
So, I'm going to just hedge my bet and assume that you're playing this, and I'll keep
Sure.
some cards that are good against it.
Nice.
And I mean, I get the same value out of it too, right? So it's not like it's one-sided or anything.
For sure. For sure.
And then I played the Legacy Tuesday League yesterday.
Oh, nice, dude.
I was
Played
tempted to
Beans.
play.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to play lands today. I'm going to play Beans.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a lot of fun with it. It was pretty good. Force of Willing and drawing 2 cards is really good.
Yeah. Once the beans are activated, that's the magic beans, if you will.
I was playing against Combo in the first round, and I'll be honest, I had some pretty good draws against him. He looked at my hand with like Thoughtseize.
Mm-hmm.
I had Force blue card, Beans, and he takes the Force,
You're like,
obviously. And then I'm like, okay, so I go Bean, or I draw my card, I get another blue card, and
Yep.
then I play Bean and get a Force, and I'm like, oh, he can't win.
yeah, he's locked out.
It's just like I got like 100 counters in hand,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna play this Bean and draw like 30 cards.
Yeah. Jeez. So gross.
He was very not happy about that.
Sure. I mean, what does he want from you not to, rip? I mean,
I know. I just drew really well, and it was really funny.
that is funny. All right.
And then my game 2, I played against it was a really, I'm gonna say it's bad. It was a bad version of Reanimator.
Okay.
He was playing this card that is like a 6/6 that gives all your permanents hexproof when you have the Monarch, and it gives you the Monarch when it enters the battlefield.
It's a green, like dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some commander card.
Yep.
The commander card, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like super goofy, and I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I guess that makes all my Swords to Plowshares terrible.
Sure.
So in game 1, he got me pretty good because he's just like,
I'm the monarch.
yeah, he was just like, check this out. And there was like a world where I could have maybe top decked
Catherine.
a what?
St. Catherine.
No, that wouldn't have done it because the dude is like a 6/6 or whatever.
Yeah.
I needed a I needed a Terminus.
Ah.
I was like, okay, if I get Terminus in the next turn or two, I can probably get out of this, and I didn't. And then game 2 and 3 were just like, keep a hand with 2 pieces of interaction for his graveyard, and I win.
Sure.
I really like drawing with beans. They're great.
Yeah. I mean, the card's really fun. Everybody's having fun with it. I like the new Cascade deck that exists in Modern because of it, where all you do is Cascade into up to Beanstalk, and then the rest of your cards are just like, free spells.
Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It makes Bloodbraid playable, which is like pretty hilarious.
I will say, I think if I'm going to play the deck anymore, I will make it into the Orion 80 card pile.
You have to.
Because,
Gonna
like,
get
not
in.
having 80 cards is rough.
Yeah, you deck out.
I was never in danger of decking out when I was trying it, but, like, watching Jeff almost deck out, I was like, okay.
I did, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, against me.
So, yeah, I'll try to speed through this because I know we've been going long. But I went to the Winamax on Saturday. I played against JB round 1. I had no reps with the deck, and I was playing 4-color bean.
All in Japanese, by the way.
Yeah, which made it
So
even
he
more
doesn't know what
difficult.
half the cards are.
But I listened to the podcast, like the parts you were talking about Josh or the Bantech, and kind of used like that knowledge to my advantage to like play the deck. I knew it was different, but
Yeah.
you also explained what their plan was when you were explaining what he should do against them.
Yeah.
So we played game 1, and I'm not used to playing decks that only have like 4 to 5 win conditions, like, and then you're just out because I
Yeah.
don't play control like that.
Yeah.
So I ran out of win conditions. Besides, like, I had like two
Two
St.
2/2s.
Catherine, and then the St. Catherine out at the end.
Yeah.
And I just kept drawing because I was like, oh my god, every spell draws me 3 cards of beans. And by the time I realized it was too late, I was down to like 2 cards left in my deck. So we went to game 2. Game 2, I just kind of nickel and dimed him out of the game. Just like tried to answer everything I could,
Yeah.
beating with just one St. Catherine.
Yeah.
But because game 1 took too long because I didn't concede, we went to time, and I gave him the match because I wouldn't have been able to be there without the cards he let me use.
Sure.
And again, he had more reps, so I just trusted that he would do better than me. So round 2, I played against Slivers. Game 1, they got me because he just had like the perfect curve out. Game
Sure.
2, he finally conceded after I terminused him 3 turns in a row.
Yeah.
And before game 3, I was like, hey man, I don't actually plan on staying this whole time, so I'm just going to concede, but let's play out game 3 to have some fun.
Yeah.
I just kept the first hand I drew. It went really long. He got me.
Yeah.
And I was about to leave, and I was playing against our friend Nate, and he like doesn't get out to play, so I was like, fine, I'll play round 3. And I sit down, and he's playing Mono Red Prism, and back-to-back games, he goes, turn 1 Blood Moon, and it's like, yeah, you just got me.
Yeah. I get it.
Then Sunday I went to the RCQ and opened what I think is the worst pool I've ever opened in my entire life and sealed. I played 1 mythic in my deck, and I had to splash for it. Otherwise, I had no rares that I could play in my colors.
Yeah.
My strongest colors were red white with like removal and like actually having creatures. I ended up getting 2 rares that I couldn't really even play. I got Leyline of the Void, and it was some other really trashy rare that just didn't work in limited very well. I won round 1. I ended up playing against what's his name, Jim Kindler.
Yep.
The guy I had messaged you about.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to you, bud. It was fun playing you. Round 2, I got pummeled by like the mirror match, just a better red white deck.
My dude.
Yeah.
Round 3, I ended up getting there. My opponent actually went turn 1. I went first. He drew a card and discarded a creature and didn't play a land. So I was super confused. I was like, did he keep like a no lander? I was like, this is round 3. He has to have at least 1 win. There's no way like this guy didn't know what's going on.
It's like Hearthstone, baby.
Well, there's that white and 1 reanimate spell. So
Sure.
he purposely did it. He offset
man.
himself. And it wasn't bad. I had to waste 2 removal spells to kill the creature because it was that rare fairy. When it or another fairy attacks, you draw a card, discard, put a counter on this card.
Sure.
Pretty
And
good,
he
though.
also like kind of equipped it, so like it could have gotten out of hand, but I had all the removal to get rid of it, and I got there.
Huh.
I lost round 4.
Yeah.
Just to bad beats. Like
Yeah.
I just didn't have anything. It's going to round 5. I played against a friend of the cast, and we sat down and we looked at our standings. And I was in 18th, and he was in 27th. We played before we finished the last game. I just politely was like, "Hey, man, is there any chance you would be willing to concede to me? I think because of our pairings, I might have a better chance at top 8ing." But I was like, "No pressure. If you don't feel like conceding, I completely understand." He was like, "No, man. Honestly, I want to go home. You can have the win." So he gave it to me. So at that point, I was 3-2.
Yeah.
I got paired against Antonio in the last round, and I sat down to play. And Antonio was like, "Hey, man, it's been a long day. I don't want to play. You can have the win." So he
That's
gave
funny.
me the win. So I ended at 4-2, and I ended up in 10th place. Oh, I was gonna say this. Round 4, the guy I played that beat me. I met him probably towards the beginning of the year when I played that RCQ that was Pioneer, and I played Boggles.
Yeah.
He was playing Greasefang round 1, and I gave him our sticker. And when I sat down to play him, he pulled out his water bottle. I was like, "Hey, man, I still got the sticker." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome, man."
That's sick.
And I still had one of the ones Josh had gave me, those foily mushroom ones he made. So I gave him a new one. We played, and like I said, he got me. It was just bad beats. And after the match, I've never had someone actually say this to me in Magic, but he was like, "Hey, man, I just want you to know, really enjoy playing against you. You're a really good opponent." And he was like, "You're just always nice, and it feels good to play against someone that, is
Isn't a
willing to
shitter.
give pointers and take pointers." And I was like, "Thanks, man. Like, I've never had anyone tell me that before, so that felt kind of good." And he was actually one of the 2 people that beat me out. He got top 8
Nice.
with his X&2 record. So congratulated him.
Woo.
I dipped out. But it was still fun, man. I like going to RCQs. I feel like I can never get a limited pool as terrible as that ever again. So it's only up from here.
That's true.
But I'm also just more excited because standard season's coming too for RCQs.
Yeah. You guys make me laugh. You guys sound like a bunch of old Match players. I sat down
Why?
for run 1. I lost, so I picked up and went home. And
Dude, honestly,
round
I
6.
napped
Same.
I napped right before the podcast today, so
Yeah,
that's why I was 10 minutes late.
You guys gotta build your stamina. It sounds like I just like how Antonio's just like, "I don't feel like playing, but I'm gonna have to play 3 more rounds." Dude, you guys, where's your grinding spirit, man? There used to be
Neither
like,
of us.
What are you talking about? I went to 2 tournaments this week. Get
Yeah,
outta here.
2. How many did you go to?
doesn't
Oh,
matter.
0? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let me just say, when I attend a tournament, I win. Okay, that's just what happens. What do you want from me?
All your F and M.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you've made it to the
Yeah,
regional qualifiers or
F&M
regional
finals.
champions.
The F and M finals.
yeah. How many FNM 4Os you guys got? Yeah, that's
Couple.
right.
A couple.
A couple.
Where's the receipt, mate? What, from like
I don't
2000?
need- I don't-
in your entire
I don't
career?
need
Yeah,
pictures to
Cheer
validate
from
myself.
cheer.
All right, guys. If you want to connect with the cast, the best way to do that is to connect through our socials via Linktree. We're on all social media platforms. Please help us grow. And if you like our stuff, as German Shavaz says, he likes our memes because the posts that we put up kill them, which is great. And then we're active on He says the memes you guys post kill me. Thank you, German Shavaz.
Hell yeah, bro.
What's up, dude?
It's my memes. Tony's memes are terrible.
Josh,
Oh, yeah?
Josh pretends.
You can tell the difference between the memes.
Oh yeah, they also say
Uh-huh.
posted by that person. Yes, you're right.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So we're just gonna kind of go quickly over rank the cycle, ban update. Drafters are only for rich snobs now, and then my exit for a couple months.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be a fun rank the cycle because it's gonna be tiered. So first we're gonna go boom, rank the cycle, which is the original Praetor cycle, which is Elishnorn, Grand Cenobite, Jin-Gitaxias, Core Augur, Shieldred, Whispering One, Urbas the Hidden, and Vorinclex, the Voice of Hunger.
I feel like
It's
these
tough.
are already in order from left to right.
No way,
No
man.
way. Warren
No.
100%.
Warrenclex is number 1.
I don't know.
No,
Elishnorn
No way.
is
Uh-huh.
number 1.
Elishnorn
Elishnorn
is
is
number
number
one.
one.
Yeah,
You
100%.
Get
guys
outta
never
here.
played against Warrenclex and EDH.
Yeah,
Yes, we have.
I
but
also
guess
don't
what? I've
allow
played
8-mana
against-
spells to resolve, so you know.
I also have
green?
played against.
That's like turn 4 in green.
Yeah,
I've
again,
also played
force of
against
will.
Elishnorn. Or
Yeah.
I've played against Elishnorn in Commander and in Constructed because it's that good. You only see Vorinclex in Commander.
Yeah, like it's also like a cube all
And
star.
it goes number 2.
Hey, Gataxis was in standard, I
Yep.
think, for a minute.
Also,
I don't remember it being
So was
standard.
Urbrask.
okay.
it
I
was.
still take Vorinclex.
It was
over
a
Jin
finisher because it made your opponent
Shield
have no
is okay too.
Yeah, so of them, like Elishnorn is still in cubes. It's one of the bombs in cubes. And boy, if you play Manador decks in EDH, like Elishnorn is the absolute nightmare, and also it's the best thing to alpha swing with, right? Jin-Gitaxias had a small stint of being the legacy reanimator target, and then the next set I think was Innistrad, and then we hit Grizzlebrand, and it was like, fuck that card. Like,
Wow, that
Yep.
card's terrible.
yeah. So they had
I
a
remember
year
that.
where it was like, holy crap, this is the most insane thing because you get to draw 7. And then, Shieldred, I don't remember this card. It was in cubes for like a little bit. I remember it was like a reanimated target because it was a reanimator that reanimated other targets. Urbrask was like always just the meme, but I played it in standard because there was a
Oh yeah, same.
there was like
I
a
played
red,
it in a couple of EDH because it gives all your dudes haste.
yeah. It's also nice that like your opponents don't get blockers, if you will. And then Vorinclex is an absolute house when it does resolve, right? Because it is the
Vorinclex.
yeah.
It ends the game if it resolves. It ends the game.
Most people treat it as like Armageddon. It's like, I can't believe that you would have hit my land, you piece of shit. So yeah, so
No, I'm not hitting your lands. You are.
yeah, exactly. So, I think Elishnorn, Vorinclex, Jin-Gitaxias, Shieldred, Urbrask.
Nope.
I don't. I think it should be, if anything, Elishnorn and Jin-Gitaxias.
Urbrask is
Vorinclex.
last.
No way. Vorinclex over Jin-Gitaxias.
No,
Nope.
I can't believe you think Jin-Gitaxias is better than Vorinclex.
Yes.
100%.
Why?
Because you get to draw a million cards
I
and
can-
you just stop them.
I can
It's
still
actually-
kill Vorinclex.
No, you don't-
Jin-Gitaxias leaves me with no cards.
You get a turn.
A turn. One turn.
I guess
I can have multiple with Vorinclex. I just
Yep.
don't tap all of my lands.
Yeah, I don't. I
And
don't
they
tap
eventually
unless it's gonna be a
untap. I
kill
don't
spell.
get my cards back from Jin-Gitaxias. It's either kill it that turn or you're done.
You're just behind.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you say infinite
mean you
cards, but
guess?
it's not infinite. It's 7.
No, I
Fine.
didn't say
You get
infinite
a
cards.
bunch of cards.
No,
There
7.
You,
You get 7.
go. Yeah, one.
That's
not
a lot.
just once. Every time.
Yeah, I'm just-
every turn.
I would if Grizzlebrand didn't exist, yes, Jin-Gitaxias would be up there. But like,
It
what was-
doesn't matter. We're talking about in a vacuum of these 5 cards.
Yes, Elishnorn,
Vorinclex also doubles your mana.
That's
Whatever.
Like so in a
There's like
vacuum.
100
hold on,
cards that do
let's
that.
be fair. You want to talk about in a vacuum? Then we're not talking reanimator. Jin-Gitaxias costs 10. Good fucking luck casting a 10 drop, you idiots.
I play
Shut the
Shieldred
fuck up.
first and then get Jin-Gitaxias back.
So you play Vorinclex so you can cast Jin-Gitaxias. now.
That's like saying like Omniscience fucking is great because it costs 10 mana, and when I resolve it for 10 mana, I'm gonna win the game. It's like no,
I mean, it's
nobody,
true.
Nobody ever plays that card in a vacuum. Like it's always paired with something degenerate. So all these other
Okay,
cards,
then what is Vorinclex's pair? Nothing. Literally nothing.
Land of Werewolves, dude. I don't know.
No.
No, it's Vorinclex is the you play this in EDH and the whole table cries. They go like, I can't believe that you
That's
would do
because they don't
something.
know how to
mean it's
play
good.
EDH.
Hold on, that's like 98%
Just makes
of me.
whiny.
Vorinclex, dude. Vorinclex Vorinclex ends. It makes people angry.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
it's a salt getter. It's not a
How
good
mad,
card.
dude? I guarantee if you play Jin-Gitaxias, people get real upset because you're making them discard their cards and they don't have no card. They can't do anything.
okay. Assuming that everybody's end subs happen simultaneously, yes, but we don't have a card that does that yet. So like,
That applies to all of these except maybe Elishnorn then. Because yes, you play Vorinclex, you have to hope.
Okay,
no one
Nor
has
number
it.
one always. Yeah.
And Jin-Gitaxias has Flash.
yeah, I guess.
Vorinclex
I
is
guess
playable.
he says.
Yes, you
Ignores
need
the
it.
relevant piece of text on
I
it.
guess.
He's only a
It's-
5. Jin-Gitaxias is only a 5/4 too. He's so killable.
Well, he's a teeny weeny. Okay, like me.
So now we're using the die as the removal
First off,
argument.
I would rather
Didn't
pitch.
say that.
I'd
All
rather.
I said is that he is killable.
They all are.
I'll give you one upside to Jin-Gitaxias. I could pitch it to my Force of Will. That's it's a big bonus.
True.
That's it. You never-
Right,
I-
but Vorinclex. Hang on, but I get to cast my Vorinclex
Okay,
because
best.
my
Elish
fucking
Norn.
Carpet of Flowers is out.
yes.
Best, Elishnorn. Worst, Urbrask.
Yes, we can agree. And
Yep.
I think Shieldred
Yes.
should still be second to last.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's whatever. That card's like
And then
So we're
Jin
just
and
undecided about 2 and 3, which is like
Hang on, ask chat AI.
we're not doing this. We're not asking.
I've
for
already tried this so
ChatGPT.
many times. I'm so upset by that. All right, next cycle.
Oh,
Praetors round 2. Elishnor, Mother Machines, Jinkatex, Progress Tyrant, Shieldred the Apocalypse, Urbras, Heretics, Praetor, and Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider.
All right. This is easy. Shieldred number 1.
Yeah, Shieldred was
Jinka
like,
Taxis
Yeah.
number 5.
Elishnorn,
no.
Elishnorn,
Jinkatex
like
is-
I've definitely lost more to Elishnorn than I've lost to Shieldred.
That's because you play more Commander than
yeah,
anything else.
this card is a standard
There, it
Pioneer
is in both formats.
Legacy sideboard, like
Yeah.
modern.
An
like,
all-star.
Yeah, it's just the card is absolutely, and then obviously in Vintage completely busted. So Shieldred's like a number 1 by a lot. Number 2 is probably Elishnorn, and I only say that because Elishnorn's got the.
Texas.
You think that's
Jinka
number
Taxis
2?
is not number
He's
2.
playing standard, bro. Like all
No
the time.
way, that card's-
Yes, I
Okay.
forgot you play
All
standard
right, fine.
all the time.
Urbrask
JD.
is the dumpster. There you go.
Yeah, I'll take that's fair.
Yeah, I mean Urbrask is starting to pop up more in
I play
Monored again.
Urbrask. I remember when when Urbrask came out, people were saying he was the best one.
No,
No,
If
people
I-
were
I remember
clamoring
people were
for
saying that,
Vorinclex. They were all crazy about it.
Well, he
it's
was
just
also
play
heavily.
occasionally.
Well, hold on. Vorinclex was heavily played in Standard too because its ability with Planeswalkers was like stupid, and that's when like Planeswalkers were like king
Yeah, you
shit.
could just mess them up.
Well, they also just their pluses didn't work, meaning that like they never gained anything, and they came in with half the counter, so they were just always just like it killed all
Worthless.
Planeswalkers. Yeah,
Yeah.
So all right, all of these throughout their life, all 5 of these have seen play in a constructed format. Shieldred
Yes.
is the only one that is still around. None of the other 4 really
Elishnorn
see
sees
play.
hits every once in a
It's
while.
like occasionally in sideboards of mono white. I will give you that.
Yeah,
yes.
and in and I thought it was in Pioneer every once in a while.
it's in
too.
modern and main decks for the elemental decks.
Hey,
That's it.
I
Yep.
asked chat AI. In a
Oh, no.
vacuum. In a vacuum, what
In
Magic
a
the Gathering
vacuum.
cards are better, Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger, or Jinkatex Core Augur? And they gave a non-answer. They're both powerful. How blah blah blah? And I said, what do you prefer, ramping with your mana or filling your cards with your hands? And I said, I prefer winning. So which of the two is better? It's a tough call, but if you all about winning, Vorinclex Core Augur or Vorinclex Voice of Hunger is the better one.
Yeah, proof. Saw it, seen it.
Yeah, but you're only taking into account half of
We've already
the
passed.
ability.
Computers
we've,
are dumb.
We've gone past that. We're on.
We already ranked the other ones. We were just determining what one number,
So,
what one got number 2.
Shieldred, then Elishnorn. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I think it should be Jingataxis or Vor.
That's Vorinclex for sure.
I think
Vorinclex
Vorinclex for sure, number 3.
that card's fucked. It's got haste
Axis
and
has
trample.
Trample and
doubles
haste.
spells, bro.
I don't care about
Doesn't
double
matter.
spells.
Trample and haste.
Elishnorn's
I
one
have
of
a
those
Jingataxis and I've
Also-
never casted it.
I was about to say,
You're also
you
bad.
with Vorinclex, you're playing it in a deck where you can ramp and you can actually cast it in a reasonable time.
yeah. Ever heard of doubling season, but it can attack?
I'm not even talking about
Hang on,
EDH. I'm just talking about
Vorinclex is
standard.
better than. Hang on, Vorinclex is different than doubling season because it works with poison counters.
Yeah, it's like I said.
No,
It's,
we're not
it's-
talking about the old
Yeah.
one.
Doubling season doesn't work with poison counters.
All right, so we know Shieldred, Elish,
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Vorinclex, Jin, Urbrask.
Urbrask.
Weird how
Urbrask.
Vorinclex ekes out Jinkataxis 2 times.
No, only once.
Oh yeah.
Elishnorn's one of those like.
the boys.
Elishnorn's one of those like.
Is it just the same? Is
Dude,
it
I
just
think
the
they
same?
called an
Oh.
auto or wanted an auto ban for that for EDH.
Yeah, 'cause
and
people
I don't
cry.
Ever see anyone complain about that card anymore?
Yeah, you don't play
Man,
Mold Drifters.
I
Everyone
crossed that
hates
card. That
double
card's
triggers.
Annoying.
Sure.
Oh, that card's annoying.
Everyone hates everything in EDH. Let
Yeah.
me rephrase that.
Hang on.
yes.
That's not. I'm going to like go off.
There will
on a
always
rant
be
about
someone who is
Tyrannus
salty.
Magistrate. Oh my god, that card is destroyed.
The card
me
is
over and
perfectly
over.
fine.
I
All right.
also played EDH on Thursday over at a buddy's house, and I got
Oh my
destroyed.
God,
by a
this one,
stupid
I don't even
frickin'
care.
Tyrannus Magistrate.
So this
Like,
cycle.
all
Elishnorn
season.
flip and
Isn't
Shieldred
this-
flip,
isn't
I
this
think
the good
saw play, but
Urbrask?
none of the other
this
ones
is
did.
the good. This is the good Urbrask. And then this
Yeah.
this Shieldred's nasty too.
The Shielder is probably the only one out of all 5 that again has seen like constructed play.
Yep.
that Urbrax didn't in a storm.
What's
deck?
its flip again?
No,
Doesn't it like
Sam.
make a bunch of guys?
No one knows. No one cares.
No, it
I
makes
did-
like a
yes,
bunch
and
of.
I think it wipes too.
yeah, they're
it,
all
like kills everything, makes 5
Yeah.
whatever tokens.
yeah, they're all sagas on the back, and no one gives a shit about them. They just don't do anything.
All of these are bad though. They're trash.
Yeah, the Urbrask was the only one that was like, oh man, it makes mana, and then it didn't do any of that.
It combos in EDH, but everything does.
All right, so
But we still haven't ranked these ones. We need to rank them.
They're
Yeah.
all 5.
I would
None of them are better than
Fieldred's
the other.
1.
Sure.
no. Elishnorn's one.
What?
Dude,
What's the reverse on Elishnorn again?
it's irrelevant. It makes 5 things, and then it can flip back. It's
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Elishnorn's
Oh,
number
yeah.
1. Shieldred's
sure.
number 2.
no. Elishnorn's number 1 because like I remember playing games of limited and being like, well, I guess I can't attack because I'll die because it.
Yeah, I'll just lose.
Yeah, and then it's like I can't cast spells because then I can't attack to pay for the 1. I'm screwed. Like I've
Yeah, the card sucks
I've
and
been
limited. It's
I've been
awful.
soft locked. Like, yeah. So, Elishnorn probably number 1. Also, it's 4 mana, just like the Urbrask. Then I would say, I guess Shieldred and then Urbrask, those two, and then I really don't remember much about Vorinclex, but I guess he goes and grabs 2 forests and puts them into your hand, which is farts. Like what a bad card. And then
Non-creature spell, 3 or greater.
I had fun with Jin-Kataxis. I mean, all these were
It's got
playable.
Ward 2, and I like Ward more than I like Trample or Reach.
This is like the most reasonable cost of Jin-Kataxis. Like it progresses.
Yeah.
Like why is Jin-Kataxis 1,000,000 mana? Like what the hell? Like
His abilities are that good.
yeah. All right. So Elish, Shieldred, Urbrask, Vorinclex, Jin.
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay.
whatever.
So Vorinclex beats Jin in all 3 categories.
No, you're wrong. Oh my god.
That's why you put Jin-Gataxis in the last on that one. Even though it draws cards and has Ward 2, which is really good.
It draws cards if you cast a non-creature spell with 3 or greater. So yeah.
I'm not saying it's great.
Jin-Gataxis is
I'm
also
just
the
saying
least
it's better than
interesting.
getting
Out of
2
all
forests.
of them, Jin-Gataxis is always the least interesting too.
5 mana 6/6 trample reach.
The
is real.
second Jin Kataxis is really like that ability is a lot better than you think it is.
Yeah.
You like auto counter and get to copy a spell. Like
Yeah. So with
how often do you have that stapled on one card?
all right, the last thing I'll say is if you had to put all 3 of them combined forces, what is the number 1?
Shieldred.
Shieldred.
No
Yeah.
one's gonna argue.
Shieldred kills all of the other ones
All
while
of them.
reanimating them on
Like,
her
you all have
side.
to- you
No,
have
no,
to
not
sacrifice 3 creatures.
I'm saying like if you had to like average all 3 of them together. It's
That's what I'm saying.
Shieldred.
Shieldred.
all right. Shieldred's pretty good. Yeah. All right.
Maybe.
Shieldred, then probably Elishnorn.
Yeah. Urbrask
Because
has gotten
Shieldred
less.
got 1, 2, 5. Elishnorn got 1, 2,
1.
3. No,
No,
1, 2, 1.
1.
Oh, all right. Well,
It's Shieldred's the Bay.
if you want to talk about
It's all
power wise, Shieldred the Apocalypse just wrecks them all, so it fucks it all up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like as
Shieldred
combined
Apocalypse
forces.
literally beats all other.
Yeah,
all
then
14
it's Shield.
others.
It's Shieldred. There's no.
All right.
no
I'll take it.
contest.
I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. That was a fun experience.
Urbrask last place one
All
combined.
right, guys. The ban update. I was wrong, and nothing got
Dude,
banned.
I was sitting at work waiting for you to make a comment
wasn't.
because I needed to see if I had to find a new deck for this weekend.
I had told Constantine because he was going to play Scam this week at the
Yeah.
RCQ, and I told him I was like, if it gets banned, man, you can borrow Tron.
That's
But
it. You're
doesn't look
banned.
like they'll need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were chit chatting about what we were gonna do if it got banned the other day at Legacy.
All the Aether Vial players just got so sad. Like I thought Fury was gonna get banned. Yeah.
I mean, it should be, but
Nope.
All right. So based on this data, yeah.
Nope. Okay.
Rakdos-
Meta share.
Yeah.
Meta share
The deck is
versus
so
top 8
good.
result. That's
Okay.
all I'm gonna say.
Metashare's
When
actually,
Delver got a ban, its top 8 results were like 6 of the 8 decks were Delver.
okay.
5 of the 8 decks were Delver. Right now, you see 1 or 2 Rakdos scam in the top 8s.
yeah. But are you
hold-
looking at
hold,
an
please.
actual tournament or like 20 people sitting in a room?
No, I'm
that
talking
play?
about 2-star plus tournaments.
Hold, please.
Yes, I know you can pull up one tournament where
No,
there,
it's
where
the
there
MT,
was-
it's the magic. It's the number one thing that drives data.
What?
MTGO challenge. Scam. It's the, if you want to get true data, like MTGO is the real data. Like as far as like, because it's got rental services, so people that
Can play what they actually want, not
correct,
what they
where
have.
people can't exactly. So, yeah, it's just scam. It's just come on, bro. Like let's get over this shit. Like we know it's the best.
Oh, people play what's good.
Yeah,
No,
And
go
that
go
goes-
back one MTGO challenge.
sure.
Just hit it again.
I'm with you. Yes.
Go one page over. Go down.
Okay.
I just looked at it.
All right.
Hit that, and then
Yes.
look at the 3-star MTGO Showcase Challenge right there.
Yes.
Up.
Right. This one. Right here?
From
Up. Keep going up.
My-
Down.
Up.
Down. Right there.
Okay.
3 stars, dude.
Showcase.
You're blind.
3.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Go back.
I just did.
it was 2
You're on the
above
wrong
the
one.
one you just clicked on.
MTGO Showcase Challenge.
Right
Yep.
there.
Not, one Rakdos scam.
Yep.
I'm
Sure.
just saying it has a meta share. It is in top 8s, but it's not dominating the format. Like
Okay.
people act like it is.
Yeah. All right.
Like yes, there's
It
occasional
actually
results.
just is. It is also like leads to like very, very unpleasant gameplay for everyone.
Yeah.
Like you can laugh and that's cool, but like the actual format is trash right now because of it.
Yeah.
So many things are being policed out because of one card.
Fury. Okay, you know what? I would have been fine with the Fury ban. It would have
That's
made me
all
feel
I'm saying.
bad.
I don't even care. I don't care about Greed.
I was
just think
expecting
needs to
Fury
go.
ban,
Most people were.
but I
I
was
think-
hoping for a bonus card like Ren to keep 4 color in check once
Yeah.
once Fury's gone.
So if we look at like this, right? Because of Fury's dominance, like truly Fury's dominance, right? We
Yeah.
have one creature deck, which is Yawgmoth. I mean, I know
And the only
Harden's-
reason it gets away is because it has
Undying. Yeah.
No, and it also has the
Grief Scam.
Agatha's Cauldron or whatever. The Cauldron helps so much.
Yep. So if you look at like everything else, like creature decks are just not a thing. And creature decks are just not a thing. Like they go in the other category. Like there used to be humans, there used to be goblins, there used to be like things
Technically,
that,
Domain Zoo is a creature deck.
sure, that's fair.
Sure, but
Yeah.
it's about playing stuff that can't die to Fury.
It's playing. It's cheating, right? It's playing a 2-mana 4/4 flyer because of domain, right?
Yes.
So Scion of Draco, yeah. Like
But-
I'll give you that. That's fair.
It's your new Zoo.
But again, I'm not no Aether Vial decks at all, right?
Yeah.
Thank God that they printed a 1/2 elf, the one that makes your spells halfling, because like Hardened Scales was hanging on because they had to play Ignoble Hierarch, and that card's just completely like any mana dork that has 1 toughness is embarrassing because of Renaissance and Fury. So like things that are 1/2s now only have to deal with Fury, and it takes 2 of the points from Fury to be fair. But man, like
What would it take to bring Death and Taxes to Modern?
Modern, Fury has
Wasteland?
Fury has to go away.
Fury just.
Fury
But,
has
I
to
mean,
go.
it's playable in Legacy.
What?
Fury.
Is it?
Yeah, but there's also Forcible. It's the arbiter of the format. So anybody doing anything degenerate gets checked. Whereas like none of the elementals get checked because there's no Forcible.
And
'cause
your
there's-
mother
yeah.
runs.
Yeah. Well, Mother of Runes is like whatever. It can only protect one of those things, right? It can't protect all 4.
It's gonna protect itself.
Yeah. So you're like, I'll get these 3, and you can keep a 1/1 cool deck. But yeah, it's just we don't know. I
Let
mean,
me play alone. Reprint Wasteland, please.
I would just love to see the format without Fury and see if things could come back into like could Birds of Paradise decks like come back to the forefront, whether that be
If Fury died, I would probably play Jund.
why. Anyways, I was interested about this data, and then when I was looking at like the actual decks, I was like, I don't see like the Samwise Gamgee combo or like Heliod Bliss is like the last of like the Birds of Paradise decks, and they only exist now because of the Halfling, and thank God that card exists because you wouldn't get away with it. But anyways,
Yep.
all right, the biggest news this week, which they kind of snuck because everybody was like, "What? No ban?" And then they were like, "JK." So
We
play-
banned booster packs. That's what we banned.
So not Ixalan, but what set is it? Carvalh's Manor or the Ravnica set that's coming up this year or next year? Right?
Isn't that Innistrad?
Is it Innistrad? I thought the Carvalho thing was Ravnica.
No, Karlov is.
Pretty sure it's Ravnica. It's the Ravnica set that's actually not doing colors in Ravnica.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's just because the plane that they're on in it is like just one giant mansion.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought that was like yeah, there you go. But it's going to eliminate draft boosters as a whole and set boosters. Those are going away and they're being replaced by a thing called play boosters. Play boosters is a marriage between the two. They're draftable, and it has the same thing that you can get in like a set booster, where you can get up to 4 mythics and or rares. You get a guaranteed foil, and then possibility of like the list are special guests. So we already had special guests in Mom, such as like the Legend Cycle. But this is what the breakdown of that is, and they show that in the play booster, which you have 1 to 6 commons. Then the list / another common 7, and then slots 8 through 10 are uncommon, and then slot number 11. So 11 cards right off the bat are kind of the similar, except for the list. And then your basic land slot 12, non-foil, wild card 13, which can be whatever the hell that's going to be. Slot number 14, foil wild card, and then number 15 is just going to be token / whatever. So from a normal draft booster, you have now gone from 15 cards that are playable down to 14, so you only draft 42 versus 45. Not sure how much that matters due to the strength of cards these days, but it can. So a lot of people blasted Mr. Rosewater in all sorts of ways.
I did.
Yeah, so
Perfectly fine.
yeah. So the biggest thing is if they didn't do anything, the draft boosters are going to disappear. Without that going, like without the change happening, like they were probably at like 1 year from now, they're like, no more draft boosters. We have set boosters, and they found like again a way to make that happen. Right? Let me pull up. There's a bunch of thumbnails of him answering and all that stuff. Here's a bigger breakdown of what these things are. Of the slots and so forth. So I guess here's the problems that they had. Initially, when set boosters came out, it reduced greatly the sale of draft boosters. People just no longer bought draft boosters. I don't remember the last time I bought a draft booster without the intent to draft. It's always been set booster or collector booster, right? They then initially in this article talked about the inventory problem, which is something I like that they're helping stores out, because when there's 3 different products pushing the same set, obviously products are going to have favorites, which is usually the collector booster, and then honest to God, the set booster. Did you guys ever go to a store to buy a draft booster ever, and then crack it like a little kid ever?
That's what set boosters are for.
No.
Yeah, before set boosters, yeah.
Well, that was the thing. Well, before set boosters and collector boosters, there was only one way to get that product, which was booster packs. So we didn't really consider them draft boosters. So because of that problem, a lot of stores got stuck with product that they could no longer move, especially when you're out of that draft format, and that product just like reeked on its shelves. So that was a huge issue. And then there was confusion in the marketplace for the casual player. That let's say, I don't know if you guys ever did this, but do you remember buying draft booster boxes and being like, I basically got 4x of all the commons in the set, 1 to 3 uncommons, and then like of each uncommon, and then the like whatever rare mix it was. So like if you really wanted to get an entire set of commons and uncommons, you could probably do that through 3 draft boosters.
You have to get a case.
Yeah. Well, to get
You-
4x of
like-
everything.
Yeah.
When it comes to commons and or commons, maybe not, but with uncommons, yes, because I remember opening a box when Fatal Push came out of draft boosters,
Yeah.
and the average was supposed to be like 2.5 per box, and I only opened 1.
Yeah, that can't
It
happen.
happened a
One-
lot.
I got 1 expressive iteration in my
Yeah,
box.
I didn't get any in my box
Yep.
of Strixhaven.
So I will say with like set boosters, I ended up with like no commons at all. Like you're
Really?
like, well, what I'm saying is like, because it's a 30 card pack, or sorry, it's 30 packs instead of 36. The commons are only like, it's a smaller booster, because I think a set booster was only 12 cards total, and that included
12
like
cards, yeah.
that included the stupid art card, the random list things. Like there was like situations where I'm like, I only have 1 to, like I remember Unholy Heats. I was like, I only have 2 Unholy Heats. I'm like, this is bullshit. Like I was like upset by that. Anyways,
Every set that I've gotten 2 boxes of set boosters, I normally have a play set of every common and uncommon.
yeah, I guess I just
Or
hit
I'm
that.
pretty close.
So, Yeah, they list all the other problems with it. So there weren't enough cards, so forth. Colors weren't balanced, blah blah blah. So again, a lot of weird things, ratios and so forth. So, what is your take on these things for general consumption? I guess.
I think
You want my take on these, or you want my take on Rosewater's response?
on these.
Yeah, you know what? Hit me with both.
Yeah,
don't-
go ahead.
I don't hate this. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, it'll make it a little more random for sealed, because some people will just be like, oh, I opened 3 extra mythics or whatever, like 2 extra mythics.
Sure.
And like, the bomby decks are gonna get even bombier.
Yeah.
I think the way that Rosewater talked about it was making it sound like he wanted to say, well, you should be thankful that we even gave you this in the first place. when it was kind of their fault to begin with, because they pushed set boosters
Oh yeah.
and tried to convince sellers to not buy draft packs anymore.
Or they
like
limited
not
people,
completely.
yeah.
I mean, draft was already a dying format in paper, though.
Well, that's
Like,
Say that,
was
but
for the
I don't-
pandemic, but that was it.
Yeah, I don't believe you, because there's still
well,
people who get
not-
together every
I
week.
guarantee there are more people that draft online than in paper, and it's because it's a lot harder to find places that are willing to hold drafts.
Sure.
Because like constructed formats are getting way more popular. A lot of places are doing Commander instead of draft now. It's
Oh, yeah.
just hard to find drafts in general.
I just want to remind you.
issue I've always had is that when people come to play Magic at the store, they want to play the deck that they put time into. They're not going to want to draft. That's always the issue I've had.
For the most part.
Sure.
There's groups who do draft and like look to draft twice a week or whatever. The other problem is, I think we talked about it at the start of this podcast. There was like, a bunch of owners were saying, I can't get any more draft boxes. They sent me 10. I wanted 30.
Yeah,
they sent me 10.
That was a common issue that the people were running into. They were like, you can have all the set boosters you want. And honestly, because set boosters cost more money. But they're like, we only can allocate you this many draft boosters because we only made this many. So for draft stores, they're like, can I get 100 draft boosters? Like, you can get 10, but you can have as many set boosters as you want. They're like, great, I have drafters at the store. Can I get 100 draft boosters? Nah. all right, cool. Thanks for killing my draft crowd.
Yeah, suddenly now.
That's probably. I feel like there's 2 issues with that. Like, I feel like yes, that probably Wizards isn't allocating enough when they should be.
Yeah.
But because they have more stores asking for set versus draft, so they're just naturally printing more set versus draft.
Sure.
So it's harder to allocate more draft.
Yep.
Like, is it beneficial for you as a company to make drafts for these? Like, let's say you have 10 stores, but only 2 of them need a lot of draft packs. Wouldn't it just make sense to just be like, I can give you this many because that's all I have, because everyone else wants set boosters?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the only thing I would contest to that would be draft boosters are like relegated also to pre-release kits, and that's a pretty big drive of like where maybe that
Agreed.
allocation was going.
I do want to add into this conversation that on their RCQ page, they talk about how limited is an important format.
Yes.
And here they are saying, well, we were thinking about getting rid of it completely. Then why would you put that in your thing from like 5 months ago that it's very important and that it's part of the RCQ system?
Yeah.
I think maybe there's just data that there's, because like I mean, yes, we just did a limited RCQ, but I feel like honestly, it's the first one I've heard of in a while. Like, I did one maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, but all of
we
them.
have shit stores around here.
Well, no, the stores just cater to their fan base. Like,
That's fair.
Yeah, everyone asks for modern, so they get modern.
Yeah, everybody is
Yeah.
modern. That's what with this demographic is. We have
But-
drafters, and also drafters have pulled them. Let me. Drafters have pulled, to Josh's point, drafters have been pulled out of stores because the average price of a draft is like $15 to $16, maybe more, and the price structure is complete dog shit. Whereas,
oh
like,
yeah, it's always terrible.
it's just like, why do I even do this? Because there's no reward for it. And again, if you're just drafting to have fun, why don't you do it with the group of friends that you like? And then like there's draft clicks that just do it $10 drafts cheap, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a
And then
huge
rare
thing.
redraft.
Yeah, that's a huge like, and all those players like 7 years ago, all those drafters were all at the stores because like $12 drafts existed and that was reasonable. But now that drafts are 15 with zero prize support or struggles or whatever, yeah. So That is a
then
drastic
people get-
change.
I'm not worried.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think the play booster will be a good thing for constructed players.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot more rare and mythics, which tend to be the more expensive cards that you need for formats. Like,
Yeah.
could you imagine if like these came out when Shieldred did? There'd probably be more Shieldreds around. The possibility of them being even cheaper because you could find more.
Yep.
I do think this is the final nail in the coffin for foils because like foils were already on a downswing, and now there's just one in every pack, no matter what. So like,
Well, that's
I
what
think this
Set Boosters had one in
actually
every
kills-
pack.
They've already increased foils. They've like announced that.
No, I get that, but now you won't have people opening draft packs which don't come with foils in every pack.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
like it might almost be chase to have non-foils.
That's been the case for a while. Collector boosters have destroyed foil commons and uncommons being worth
True.
legit anything. Like there used to be days where you would open up like an M11 or M10
Foil terminate.
foil terminate,
Yeah.
foil preordain, and those were like holy crap. I got lucky and got the $20 foil common,
Foil
and now it's just
pounder.
like
Right.
yeah, and
I had
all
a foil
those gone.
treasure cruise that I sold for $25.
Yeah.
So yes, I know what you mean.
So like, but now it's like, I would be like baffled if you could show me a foil common that was worth anything. Like, honestly,
from a new set. From a new,
in the last 5 years.
yeah, yeah.
Spirited Companion's worth like $2.
That's, I mean, maybe. I have 3 of those like sitting in like front of me, like
Foil ones.
yeah, because that's how frequently they were in Kamigawa. I bought a lot of Kamigawa because I was trying to get Besae juice. And
Same. I think I bought like 6 boxes.
yeah, so yeah,
I do think like I understand the argument of people saying like you're gonna go to a pre-release and someone's gonna open like 20 rare and mythics, like they're just gonna hit
One
the
in,
jackpot.
like-
like
yeah.
it's gonna be like at most
And
1%
then one time
chance.
it'll be you.
Yeah,
Or
But-
you open up 20 mythics and none of them are like they're all like you have
that's
4
what
rare-
happened
yeah.
to me on Sunday.
Right. That happened to me, right?
I also like the concept that the list is now playable in limited because technically before I guess like I was reading somewhere that like if you drafted with sets you weren't supposed to play the list cards.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know.
Because it made the draft uneven too.
Yeah. I like the concept of introducing random cards.
Yeah,
Like
me
I
too.
think that's
No,
cool.
they're all curated now. It's like
Yeah, and there's only 40.
Oh, you
and
didn't
10
like-
of them are rare mythic.
You didn't like opening invisibilities back to back in 2
Oh
different
my
set
God,
boosters,
dude.
the blue gifting unblockable, or Orcish Artillery, a red one from 10th edition that nobody desired.
Worst is I remember opening a list card that was literally from the set right before it.
Dude, the list blew.
Like, why is this in the list? The
I-
set is still in rotation.
I got 1 Triumph from a list, and I was like, oh, nice. Everything else, I've literally just thrown in the
I've
garbage.
made hits off the list.
Yeah,
I've
I've
hit
hit with the list, but like, it wasn't enough to make me justify thinking that the list was a good idea. It was good the first time it came around.
Even
'cause
the
it
first
had
time,
good cards.
even the first time
Like,
around, it sucked.
dude, What? That non-foil Tulane was like what, like $2,000 or some shit.
Okay, cool. The one guy in the
And
flag
it
you
had
found-
food chain.
Okay. Both those are right. And when you did hit the list of the 1 and 350 cards, or you could get like cards that were just from like Exodus or whatever, that was a random common that was like infantry unit. You're
Or
like,
an island.
You're
Or
like-
an island.
yeah, you're like, what the hell is this? Like, whoops, sorry.
That was the only other way to get Obero,
Oh.
the Kamigawa land. I've opened the red and the white one in the past.
Oh,
like
sure. I mean,
Kamigawa original.
yeah.
Oh, I've opened the
But
red.
again, like, yes, they curated the list down to 40 cards, and only 10 of them are rare and mythic, which is fine. That's
Yeah.
30 common and uncommons that you could possibly randomly get in your seal pool or in draft that I think would be fun. Sure, if they introduce something stupid, yes, like food chain or something that could possibly break the format, it's going to happen once in a great while, but
Yeah.
it's not going to
Yeah,
happen
correct.
all the time. I think this is a good thing for players. I think people are too set in their ways that they're not willing to try something. Like all these people are talking about all the bad, but not any of the good. Wait till you draft it. If it does turn out to be terrible, hopefully Wizards will do something about it. Otherwise, they're just going to get rid of limited and paper, and you better learn how to play constructed.
I mean, nah.
I'm not saying that's a good
yeah,
thing. I'm
yeah.
just saying that's a possibility.
All right. Could almost be anything in the main set, any rarity. Okay, wild card, traditional foil wild card. Okay. All right.
What do you think? Do you think this is a good thing? Do
Uh,
you like this concept? I should
this
say.
doesn't change my dynamic of what I think of like from a drafting standpoint because I was going to pay the upcharge. It does make $10 drafts go away. Those are gone. Those days are
Yeah.
over. And the set booster box price was what, like on average 120, 130.
No, try 140 to 150.
Sure. One whatever that price is. 140 to 150. You've now added 6 more packs to that cost. So a booster box is going to average about 170. So the days of like $90 boosters, like someone going to get a draft booster for $90 and then stretching that out.
I haven't gotten those since Kaldheim was the
So
last time I
okay.
had an
So like yeah. Either way, the cost of a draft is going to go up. You know, like they have like these draft boosters that you can buy from like Target for like $13 that have 3 things or whatever. Those are going to go away because the cost, and I think they're going to sneak and increase the set booster price, if you will, because that's already kind of been on the rise. A set booster went from $5.99 to $6.49. So I think next year when this gets initiated, I think a play booster will be $7. So the $21
You mentioned earlier, so relevant.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be $21, probably just for price of entry with no price support. So a store is now a weekly draft group going from $15, doubling their cost to $30. It may not seem like a big deal, but that means like guys can't run back-to-back drafts because all of a sudden you just spent what you could buy on a AAA game or whatever the hell it is, right?
Yeah, you think of how people were doing Masters drafts. You know, it was really tough for people to do more than one.
Yeah, so that's
It's gonna be the same thing, but for every normal set now.
correct. So that's going to feel rough, and I think the first go around of play boosters are going to sell out like really hard. So I bet you
Right.
they won't get it right the first time, meaning that stores may come up short with play boosters. Because now I have a reason to go get a play booster. I can go get a play booster, get cool things out of there, and play sealed with my friends and so forth. So I think that's like kind of an upside. But again, the cost of it is going to suck. So
On a different note, real quick, I know we are the Paper Player Podcast.
yeah,
This is actually a really good thing for Arena. Because like a big thing for people was like rare and mythic wild cards.
yeah,
And these packs are going to be the same as they are on here or in paper as they are on Arena. The list, I don't know. I think that might be curated for Arena, which is fine.
sure,
But the fact that you have a chance to open more rare and mythics in a pack is a good thing for Arena. It makes it cheaper
yeah.
if you play limited and constructed. If you play only one or the other, this doesn't change anything for you really.
Yeah. So what was the pack right now in Arena? You bought like a pack and got 8 cards, right? It wasn't like a traditional booster pack, right?
Correct.
Okay, so they're now going to make it a play booster, and that's
And it's going to be the exact same 14 cards.
okay. So, but will the price increase?
I do believe they announced that they will not be increasing the price.
I struggle with that because their entire metric is based on making sure that people don't go infinite with wild cards, and every time they give something, they either increase the price or they change or tweak their distribution of stuff. So I can't imagine that a draft is going to be what is it?
1,500 gems. Still.
It might be 2,000 next year, or when this gets implemented. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened because you're like, you guys.
I mean,
get
yes,
more stuff.
this is possible, but
It matters.
could
It
have
definitely
swore they
adds up.
said no. Agreed. Could have swore that they said they weren't changing the price of anything.
Yeah.
But if they do, yes, that would suck. So then, therefore, the benefit would not be there anymore.
Yeah.
But even if it changed from, let's say, 1,500 to 1,750, that's an extra 250 gems. Yes, that is an increase. But I still think the benefit outweighs because right now, isn't it $50 to get like 4 rares, 2 mythics, or something like that, or 2 and 2? It's
yeah,
really
it's like
overpriced.
it's really bad.
Yeah, it's super expensive.
Yeah. Well, they
And
need
just your natural finishing your dailies, all the free boosters you get from like not buying the season or the battle pass
yeah.
will still be increased. Oh, by the way, I finished the season pass on Arena this time, and I don't think I've ever done that before.
Oh, nice, sick dude.
Nice.
And it's funny because I actually hate drafting this set.
Most people do. It's not a great set.
Sealed, it's fun. Drafting is awful.
Yeah. All right. Overall, I think it's good because I do like having one singular product, and I hate.
I do like that too, but I don't know, man.
I really I know I enjoy it a lot because the payouts that are and this is me being a crybaby because I'm always 4-0ing F&Ms. It's always like you can have 5 draft boosters or like 2.5 set boosters. You're like, fuck you, like just give me the third one. I don't know.
Or
It just-
like $2 in store credit for each pack.
Yeah. So I'm just in my head like I like the singular item to buy. Like I would much rather have that always be the case than having to decide like, well, and also set boosters can kiss my ass because I hated getting just like those junk ass commander rares. They suck so much wiener. This is probably gonna make the commander precons a lot more desirable. Because it's back to a somewhat exclusivity to those. They won't be in draft packs anymore. They'll still be in the collector boosters, but you know how many set boosters I opened up and I got like, you know, that Liliana's aura or whatever, and I was like, man, I got like 4 of these damn things.
Or the Myojin or whatever when they went back to Kamigawa.
Those sucked so fucking bad. I hated those so much. I was like, why do I have 3 of this damn blue one? Like, these are not
Yep.
playable anywhere. Fucking nowhere. Those things really did suck. Like that was like the only thing I had bad to say about the Kamigawa block. That is it. Like if they got rid of the Myojins, everybody would have been like, cool, this is great. But the Myojins in there like, fuck, I opened one of these shitty cards again that's playable, literally 0. Like, but these are like fun. So overall net positive. I guess they don't have to spend money on Jumpstart anymore because I mean I feel like they fucked up by spending like here's a Jumpstart pack. Here's a draft booster. Here's a set booster. Here's a collector booster. It's like you wonder why like stores were stuck on products because you kept selling them shit products.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
And that was something I was discussing way back when with the podcast too. It was like, you know, all these things that are coming through the door, you're now just sitting on them. If you can't move them immediately and the new thing comes in, they're just going to get pushed into a corner and not be sold.
yeah.
And now you just have like wasted space, wasted product.
Also, something that was mentioned tomorrow is someone asked if we would get another Aftermath set, and he said it's very unlikely that they will be doing it again.
Yeah, it had all negative responses. Nobody liked it.
Yep.
It was the same cost
Well,
of
it
a
did
booster.
suck.
Well, the best part was it costed the same price as a booster pack, but you only got 5 cards.
And there was packs in the booster pack or the booster box.
Yeah, that thing sucked. It was it was bad.
I actually need cards from it for standard. and I
Everybody
need it.
needs cards from it. That's the worst part about it. Everybody needs that goddamn Nissa because it
No,
goes
see,
search.
I need-
I'm not.
I think it's a turtle. It's a green and 2. When it comes in, you can pay green up to 3 times to activate its or pick 3 abilities from it.
Sure.
And it's like gain 4, exile a card, and then destroy an enchantment or an artifact.
Yeah.
It gets played in Golgarian standard, and the board is a 3 of.
Love it. You go buy. I mean, you can get Aftermath boosters on like Amazon for like $30. Like that product is legit. Like
Cheap.
that is
Yeah.
the Fallen Empires of this era. Like the,
Oh, agreed.
the all time. Like what were you guys thinking? Yeah. All right. Lastly, always spend money, never sell. That's the only thing I would like to say to everybody. And this meme made me laugh. I had it. Josh, your green screen's ruining it. I can't see nothing. That's actually really pretty.
No, it's not.
All right, bye. I'm having a baby tomorrow, so I will be on a hiatus for
Congrats.
probably a couple months. Proof I'm not a virgin, just like I prove I can 4 FMs. So one of you dipshits are gonna have to.
I can
take care of this.
Take over the digital part.
You can figure this
don't-
out.
What program do you use to make it? Is it just PowerPoint?
This?
Yeah.
I'm still making these. I'm just.
Oh, okay, that's
I'm,
fine. As
I'm
long
s-
as you send me this stuff,
I'm gonna send it
like,
to you, but
I still have all the logins and everything.
do
so-
not fucking skip a fucking page, okay? This is-
Oh, I will.
I
As
just
long
wanna-
as you don't send us 20 really dumb questions again.
I'm gonna do that every week. I want my voice to be heard. All right. But yeah, I'll be like I'll have time on my hands, so Like a new baby, everybody thinks like you're just like this chaotic person, but the reality is a new baby is just always sleeping. So I plan on making bread, like bread that involves yeast, not like money.
Some good sourdough bread, banana
No,
bread.
I was gonna do focaccia just because it's easy as fuck,
Ooh,
and I
Very
want
good too.
to make sandwiches, but
Well, I'll go into your house for the cast then.
yeah, I'll probably be back for the end of the year show, where we can probably close the year now. Is there any more products coming out? Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah. The ring.
No, isn't Ixalan in
No,
November?
it's January. But there's no more products for the year. There's Lord of the Rings.
What do you mean October, bro? October now. Unless that just released.
He said November. I thought, okay, my bad.
Oh, November.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it was because of Innistrad
Lost
that one
Caverns
year.
of Ixalan comes out November 17th,
Why are they
2023.
doing back to back again? Because they said they were only doing it for Innistrad last year.
Man, that blew my mind. I really thought.
Or was that 2 years ago?
I thought Ixalan came out. Okay, I guess there's one more. So I can't close the book on this year. Maybe it's January 1st, or the first week of January is Ravnica Remaster, which is probably a set I'll go
Yes,
deep
I
on.
do believe so.
So, all right.
Tony's gone.
Yeah, that's what you guys are gonna say after 2 months, and then you
Yeah,
guys,
you're gonna be a changed man.
you guys are gonna
Watch our viewership's gonna skyrocket now.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's the goal. We've been just
Pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
that's what I'm gonna be saying from behind the scenes. I'm just gonna be some fucking. What's going on, guys? Why are the numbers not going up? All right, Josh, hit it.
Candy corn is actually the best Halloween candy.
I don't think you mean
This
that.
Wednesday, my dude.
I really don't think you mean that. You're lying right
You're
now.
lying.
No, like I for real actually mean that. I'll fuck some candy corn up.
Hold on.
So-
Oh, that's not. Hold on. Can you contest or can you prove that you have any in your house at this moment?
No.
So you're telling me that we're 19 days, 18 days in October, and have you consumed any candy corn?
It worked today.
Whose candy jar are you
Which is how
stealing
I came
from?
up with it. It was like the little Brock's packet of candy corn or whatever. It was like a trick or treat handout.
I had a friend post on Facebook today a meme, and it said, "Y'all make fun of me for eating candy corn, but you out here licking booty holes. Which one tastes better, Josh?"
I do that too.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
win-win.
which one tastes better, booty hole or candy corn? Because I think they both taste nasty.
Depends on the booty hole.
Ugh. Make me quiver, dude. I got goosebumps with you. Dude, there's a lot of there's a lot of prep work in that, right? It's like, hey, did you
It better be,
I hope
otherwise.
so.
Here's the thing, and this is a wise man once said, right? Nobody knows when ass eating season begins, but we all know when it ends. It's when chili season begins.
Exactly.
Right.
It's fucking- so, that being said,
Oh my god. I'm so glad that for 2 months we don't have to deal with that. I'm gonna hide all the fucking buttons.
they're all on Discord. They exist. You guys have access to them right now. Like this one,
Some
I'm
of
gonna
them
give you your
update last
login, and I'm
one.
gonna turn them all.
you can probably delete them. I don't really give a shit. They don't matter to me. But basically,
You should actually, before the baby is born, which you should do tonight.
no. I have to pack my bag. I go to the
right.
hospital 7 a.m.
When you have free time, make a bunch of clips of you like answering generic.
Oh, are they
things.
inducing?
How else do you think babies are made?
I think they come
I
naturally.
thought it was just I thought
like
Yeah.
that
I
is the
didn't know
thing.
you were getting induced.
A friend of mine just had their kid 2 days ago. Actually.
Yeah, basically we've told our baby.
You're too slow.
You're like, yeah, come on, we gotta go.
But yeah, I need a bunch of sound clips of you answering generic magic questions or
right,
telling
I'm
JB
just- I'm
it's
just
wrong.
Can I just do this one?
Paper player, it's stupid.
Agreed.
That's probably the best. That's probably the best rap I've made. Actually, take that back.
No, the saffron olive one is pretty good.
I don't remember that one.
Paper players
That
doesn't
one?
exist at this point.
Doesn't-
And
right.
because of Jeff, I love
Paper players.
That one's pretty good too.
And because of Jeff. Yeah. So those were all things that were said on their podcast. Okay, they do acknowledge us. Saffron Island does steal my content. That piece of shit.
That asshole. Here I thought he was original.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Every time it's weird how our show's on Wednesday and they talk about what we talk about on Wednesday on Monday. Every fucking week, huh?
And
It's
if
'cause-
they're listening, we challenge you to a 4v4.
Yeah, dude,
You
we'll
pick the
beat you.
format.
Yeah, dude. We
Listeners, get this challenge out there.
Oh, dude,
Paper
we're-
player
Oh my God.
challenges MTG
That would be-
Goldfish to a 4v4.
yeah. What if we had
Right.
if we had to challenge them to the 4v4? What would be the stakes?
I don't know.
Loser.
Loser. Like I would like if it was me versus Saffron Olive, it would be a beard bet, right? Loser loses the
Who
beard.
would be the one that plays
Oh,
against
man.
Saffron Olive?
Well, you could play against. I really don't give a shit.
I
The
play- I
hairiest
wanna-
member versus the non-hairiest member.
What legs do you want to play in this 4v4?
Well, obviously,
Do I have to play the commander one?
No, because that would be
No.
Tone. We should make JB play commander.
no. If we wanted to do it like truly, well, I guess you couldn't do it. There used to be a time where there was just standard, extended, and legacy and vintage, and now there's a fifth format. So
See, we could do commander, modern, pioneer, standard.
I hate that. I want to get vintage.
Well,
and
see, you
legacy.
could play. I mean, sure, you can do legacy because Saffron
Alright.
Olive loves legacy.
I got the formats. Brawl,
So you'd have to do commander because
Oath,
that's
Oathbreaker,
literally- That's oh my god, tiny leaders.
tiny leaders,
And what's that other one that guy was raging?
Five
about? No. The one you played, JB.
oh,
That format you printed out.
Super Senkai.
Yes,
Super
that's the
Senkai,
fourth
baby.
one.
All right, challenge.
Shout out to our British
That
boy,
guy.
Super Senkai,
Alright.
sealed master champ.
We got
Made it
this.
to the top 8.
We got the challenge for NCG Goldfish. Get it out there,
We're
guys.
calling out you guys. It's gonna be one of your members has to play Oathbreaker, one of your members has to play Tiny Leaders, one of your members has to play 5-color, and one of them has to play Super Senkai. Fight a bitch.
Phil plays Oathbreaker. The one dude plays Oathbreaker.
Tomer.
No, Phil.
Oh, that's right.
Fight us, okay? And we have a
Well, they have 5 members, I guess.
well, we have a sub.
Senkai.
We'll bring in Tony too.
Yeah, we got Antonio. He can be the. Make him play the Super Senkai.
No, never. He's not bright enough. All right.
What is Super Senkai again?
It's
If you don't
no-
know,
Don't worry
you're not
about
good
it.
enough.
It's not. Yeah. Don't give
Play
our.
save space magic, get out of here.
It's a format with 0 rules. You can have 4 lotuses.
Yep.
You can have all the you can have 4 of each of the
Power
Conspiracies.
conspiracies.
4?
That's
Why
what makes
4?
it
Why
broken.
Not, why not 16?
Because we have to
Legacy?
have. There's got to be some regulation here. Okay, let's be real. Okay, no restricted. It's no restricted, no ban list on anything. So if you want to play on,
Valerian Academy.deck.
No.
oh
No.
my god, dude,
You don't even understand the degeneracy that you can have with that.
You have it. Every deck, and this is according to JB, is required to play 4 ley line of the blue ley line of anticipation because the goal is to make sure that you can win on turn 0, and both people are trying to win on turn 0.
So also on top of that, one of the conspiracies is you get to put aside multiple hands. So you play
Yeah, I used to have that.
3
I
to
sold
4
it.
of
It was
those,
like
and
$80.
you literally look at most of your deck except 3 cards and make like 4 or 5 hands, and then pick the best one.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then yeah, that's the format. So fight us. The challenge has been thrown on MTG Goldfish. Whenever you're ready.
Super Senkai, I'll
I'm
give you
just
the rule
listening
set.
to their podcast in like a couple weeks, and they mention this.
Looking like
Oh, that'd be so good.
I'm just gonna at
I'd die.
Saffron Olive. I'm just
I
gonna
talked to him. I gave him a sticker. He knows about us.
I'm
And
gonna,
you ready for Super Senkai there, bud?
hey, we wanna throw. Are you down to do a throwdown challenge to see who the better? The winner gets to own the other podcast.
Oh my god,
Good luck.
Richard would never do that.
Well, I mean, then he should brush up on his tiny leaders. But until then, like if you really think you're the best Magic podcast,
No,
fight
loser
us.
has to give a winner the winning podcast a shout out on every episode.
I think I
The
kind.
end.
I think I
This
kind of
one
do
goes
that.
to
Doesn't exist.
For a
Yeah.
year.
paper players.
Yeah, you just
Just
or
thinking about it, when we win, the amount of reach we'd get from them doing a shout out to us every week.
what if they just were required to use our watermark on their video podcast and like the vice versa? Like, but it has to be the entire thing, so they're like in the background of our watermark.
Like it's on the forefront.
Yeah. That's what it should be. All right. I'm gonna at Saffron Allen until he gets back to me, and then I'm probably
On
gonna.
Twitter.
Yeah. Eventually, our podcast will get blocked, which will, if they do decline it, they do defer that we are the better podcast. So, yeah, your
Is
call.
that
And the
it?
better players.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You ignore me. That means I'm better.
your call, Krim. And I guess if we did like a beard bet, Krim would have to dye his hair a normal hair color for a while. You couldn't have it be different colors.
Oh, he'd have to cut it. Him and JB, losers got to cut their hair.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's it.